Hey everybody, my name is Attila Toth. I'm a developer advocate with ScyllaDB, and in today's video I'm going to show you our newest sample application, which is a video streaming applications built with NextJS and ScyllaDB. This project helps you learn more about ScyllaDB. It also shows you how ScyllaDB can be used within a NextJS project, and of course it shows you how to build low latency, high performance video streaming applications with ScyllaDB as the database. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clone this repository. I'm going to put a link in the description as well. We're going to clone this repository. We're going to install the dependencies. We're going to set up a new ScyllaDB Cloud cluster, and then we're going to try the application. So let's get started. As you can see, we have two prerequisites. So first of all, you will need Node.js installed on your machine. So make sure you have Node.js. And then you will also need a ScyllaDB Cloud account because we are going to be using a ScyllaDB Cloud cluster this time. And if you don't have a ScyllaDB Cloud account yet, we have a free trial that you can use, and you can try ScyllaDB Cloud for free. That way you can just click this link and sign up for free. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to clone the repository. So I'm gonna go ahead and clone this GitHub repository. Let's change directory and open the project folder. So now we have the project files. We can install the dependencies using npm. So I'm just going to go ahead and type npm install in the project folder. Now this will install a bunch of dependencies. Now while this is all happening, let's go over to ScyllaDB Cloud and let's create our new ScyllaDB Cloud cluster, which will be used by this application. So if you go to cloud.scylladb.com, after you register, this is the kind of page that you will see, the My Clusters page. And I'm going to go here and create a new cluster. Enter a cluster name. Let's call it video. Let's call it video streaming. Let's use AWS as the cloud provider. You can also go with Google Cloud if that's what you prefer. I'm going to go with AWS as the infrastructure provider. I'm going to use the ScyllaAWS account, but in case you have your own AWS account that you want to bring, you can choose this option, which is slightly more complicated. And then the Scylla version will be Scylla Enterprise. For region, I'm going to go with a region that is slightly closer to me. So let's go with maybe this region. And then we are now choosing the hardware to be used for this project. I'm gonna go with the least expensive option, which is the T3 Micro with 3 nodes and 6 virtual CPUs. As you can see, this is just for testing purposes. This instance is just to get you started very inexpensively and quickly. So I'm gonna choose this one. And then basically you can add your own IP address here. So you will be able to connect to this cluster using your own machine. And then we're just going to go ahead and launch the cluster. This will take a few minutes. And then once it's done, we're going to configure the video streaming application to use this cluster as the database backend. All right, so after a few minutes, the cluster has been created, as you can see. Now we need to configure the app so it will be able to connect to this new cluster. So let's go here, connect. And this will basically bring us to the cluster's connect page, which contains the connection information. So what we're going to do now is use these credentials and change the Next.js applications environment file, which is in the project root folder. So let's go back to our terminal, and we have a file in the project folder called .env.example. which is an environment configuration file which contains information like the base URL and the ScyllaDB cluster credentials. So we have to edit this file using the information that is provided in ScyllaDB Cloud. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these values, like the one of the host URLs, paste. Scylla user is going to be the same, just Scylla. The password, this is the password. Let's copy the password. Scylla key space, so that must be streaming, because that is how the the application is set up, so it stays streaming. And then the data center, let's see, the data center, it is AWS EU North 1, so I have to update that as well. So once you updated this file, let's save it. And then one important step we have to do is rename this file, because currently it's called .env.example, and it should be called .env.local, because that is how NextJS is set up. It will only recognize .env.local. So I'm going to rename it. And then once I renamed it, what you can do is run a migration script, because remember, at this point, this ScyllaDB cluster is empty. It doesn't really have any data in it. We have to create the key space, the tables, and also provide some sample data so the application has something to work with. For that, we have to run a migration script. So just run npm run migrate, and this will connect to the ScyllaDB cluster. It will create the key space and the tables, and it will also insert some sample data in a few seconds. So once this is done, we can go ahead and test the application by running npm run dev, and this will start a Next.js server, and we can go ahead and open this page. And once it opens, this is our application. This is the video streaming application. As you can see, we have a few videos here already. It has a few features that you might want to try. So for example, this is the, so right now I'm on the all videos page. So it contains all the videos. If I go to continue watching, it doesn't have any videos yet because I haven't watched any videos, so there is nothing to continue. So let's go back to the all videos page, select a video, maybe let's choose the Discord one. So I'm going to go click on watch, and I can just start watching the video, and maybe I can, skip ahead a little bit, and then if I pause it and I go back to continue watching, now we have this video right here, which I just started to watch, and we also have a little progress bar under the thumbnail, so we can see how far ahead we are in the video, and then I can just go here and basically continue watching where I left off. All right, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope it was interesting. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. And also make sure to check out the description, because we are putting a lot of links to different resources there, like the GitHub repo, documentation, and other useful resources. So thank you very much, and see you in the next one. Bye.